good evening. Today I'm going to cook, or this evening I'm going to cook blanched vegetables, which is a lovely vegetable, very simple to make. And every time when I cook it, everyone will say it's lovely, especially my English friends. But of course, we Chinese or Malaysian, we know how simple it is and how easy it is to make it. So welcome to Nyonya Recipe. This is my cooking channel. Hopefully I'll be able to do one video a week. One video a day. And my name is Loretta. So nice to see you again. So if you like my cooking program, just click like, and then subscribe. So you help me to you motivate me to do more. So this evening's vegetable is actually broccoli. Now broccoli is very easily available in the UK and it's pretty cheap. So if you're actually on a budget or a diet or whatever, you need to save some money, go for broccoli, carrots, cabbage, and all these common vegetables that are actually very good for you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be a simple blanched vegetables. We call it yu chai. Yu means oil, chai means vegetable. So it's the vegetable that's cooked in oil, but it's not actually cooked, but it's blanched in hot water. So let's take a look at all the ingredients, and then I'll cut it and I'll show you how to cut it, and then I'll show you how to cook it. Right, the ingredients are very simple. You need 1 head of broccoli cut into florets. I'll show you how to do it later. And then we need about 1 medium carrot. This is 1 medium carrot, but this is too small one, is okay. A few mushrooms, whatever mushroom that you have. This is actually a leftover from something that I ate the other day. So it's quite a big one. You need about 6, but here's about 5 because it's quite big, you see. So, and then now what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce you some of the ingredients that you use. I have a stir-fry sauce, or you can use oyster sauce or vegetarian sauce. And then you need some corn flour to thicken it, and very important, some salt and pepper if you have salt and pepper, just for garnishing, and some soy sauce, and of course some sesame oil, and of course my fantastic lovely garlic crisps and oil. Actually, I did a video the other day, quite some time ago, a few years ago I did a video, but I didn't put it into my blog, so I think I've lost the video. But I've just made one about last week, so it's still a big amount for me to use up. But once I finish using it, I will show you how to do it. I'll have a tutorial for you. Okay, so this is a very interesting dish, that condiment that we use in Penang. Most families will have this ready on hand, and we use it to season and flavor our soups, our stir fries, our fried noodles, whatever. Okay, let's get cracking. Right, I've already washed the broccoli, so I'm going to cut it in florets, that's how you call it. Okay, just actually for us, we eat the stalk as well. I normally eat the stalk, and the stalk, actually, if you don't eat it, you can use it to make other things like fried vegetables and things like that. So you would cut it into quite small size, not too big a floret, just like this. With a bit of the flowers, the cauliflowers, and some of the stalks in here. So this is what you like to have it, something like that. This one is not good. I've broken it, never mind. Okay, this one we can cut into 2. And one thing I like about using broccoli is because of the flowers here, the little flowers that you have, this floret, it actually absorbs the sauce, which is very nice. And when it absorbs the sauce, it's actually very tasty. So I like to use broccoli because of that reason. You can use cauliflower as well, but cauliflower doesn't, the flour is not so like spongy, not so much space in between there, so it doesn't soak up so much of the sauce, which we're going to make later. And it's the sauce that makes this vegetable taste nice. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's quite a lot. Today I'm not going to use, maybe I'll show you how I use the vegetable stocks. Huh? I'll show you. Because we try not to waste food, and Chinese like to eat crunchy vegetables. So some of the vegetables I made are quite crunchy. So if it's not to your liking, you can actually make it softer. But once you know the technique, then you can actually, you know, vary that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the what do you call it, the stock. So let me get another plate to put in this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off, I've already cut off the bottom here, and I'm going to remove the hard sort of a bark or the skin or whatever, the hard pieces. So it's not really that hard, because when you pull it, if it's old and it's aged, then you will be very like fibrous, and you will pull, you know, like that. You will pull out, but it's not very fibrous, so it's still okay. Still can be eaten. So when you cook the stock, you tend to put the stock first before the actual flour head itself, because it takes longer to cook. Okay, right. So I'll tell you what, I'll cut this now. So I cut it about the same size as the stock over here. Yeah. So let's cut it this way. If you think it's a bit fibrous, you just cut it away. Yeah. But it doesn't look to be so fibrous. Yeah. Put it into little stalks. Okay, this looks like one nice one. Yeah, somewhat like that. Somewhat. Yeah. And then I will cut the carrots. You can put as much or as little as you like. But I think in the meantime, I shall go and make, to boil the water. Yeah, I shall go and boil the water. Let me get it for you. So I've put a kettle of water to boil. It's optional. If you don't want to boil the water, it's okay. It just takes longer to boil it in the pan, you see. So I've used two very small carrots. Yeah, let's peel it off. But if the carrot is fresh, there's no need to peel it off, you know. Just put it this way. Okay. So the carrots, you can cut it into rounds like flowers, or you can cut it into, you know, about this size. Yeah. So what I'll do is, Chinese we call it roll cut. You cut it and you roll it, so you can get quite even size pieces from odd shaped vegetables. Yeah. You can actually do a roll cut. And this is a bit too big at the bottom here, so we just cut it. Okay. Well, you can do it almost the same size, so that it will cook at the same time, you know, not something that's cooked and something that's not cooked. So see, so this is what we call roll cut. Let me put it here. So the choice of vegetables is up to you. Okay. Right. So that's done. So my carrots and also the stock for the broccoli is done. So I'm going to give the mushroom. Okay, I'm going to cut the mushroom into half or four. This is a big one, so I think I'll cut into four. Okay, I'll put it here. Oops. This one is not that big, maybe half, okay, quarter, whatever. Cut into four. The smaller one you might want to cut into three, if it's up to you, you know, how you want to cut it. But mushroom is very soft, so it's okay if it's a bit bigger piece. So these are all my vegetables done. So the next step is to just cook it. Okay, so let me throw this away. Okay, now we're going to blanch the vegetable. So I'm going to heat up the water in a pan, a deep pan, or a pot if you have. So I'll just put the hot water here. It's faster. Yeah, just enough, you know, about 2 to 3 inches. So you have the boiled water, and then you will actually put in the stalks first, yeah, the stalks and the carrots. So they are quite hard to cook, but we'll do it individually. Then there will be more control instead of putting everything. You can actually put everything, but there's less control. Yeah. So you let it blanch for a few minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and then you can try it whether it's done or not. Yeah. So one is like a bit of bubbling, you know, it's like a bit of bubbling afterwards. So you lower the heat a bit, so you don't overcook it. But for this one, it's okay because it's the hard stalk, but not when it's green. If you overcook it, it'll become yellow. So now it's a bit boiling. Leave it for about 2 minutes. You can give it a stir. Okay, so you can try and see whether it's if you can prick it through, that means it's cooked, right? If you can use the fork, if you can prick it through, it's cooked. But then I think it's a bit hard, so I'm going to leave it another minute or so. So this is about 2 minutes. So let me check. Yeah, it's quite done. It's yielding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this up. So I'm going to lower the heat a bit, and I'm going to take it out. Yes, I'm going to put it in another separate container. Okay, and then I'm going to add blanch the head, the flower head of the broccoli. Okay, just blanch for about 2 minutes again, 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, not too long. Looks like it's so give it a stir every now and then so that it will be cooked. Now my original recipe calls for a small head of cabbage. Well, it's a correct size, but because I've added the stalks, so it's got a bit more, so the sauce has got to be a bit slightly more than my original recipe. My original recipe has already been posted many years ago in my blog, but now I'm doing the video, so I'm going to link the video to the blog. Okay. So let's check. Yeah, it's cooked, but it's still a bit hard. It's what the Chinese would like it. But if you're not Chinese, you prefer your vegetables to be a bit soft, by all means. But too soft and you cook it for too long, the green will become yellow. the vegetables will become yellow. Okay. Yeah, it's cooked. It's easily So that is now 2 minutes, maybe another half a minute. Some of the Chinese just blanch it with boiling water and then cover it for 2-3 minutes and then it will be cooked. But I'm using this method, but it's okay. So I'm going to lift this up, yeah? So it's a bit black, so I don't want it. So I'm going to take this out. Okay, now I'm going to do the mushrooms. Mushroom is very easy, so we just need to do it about 1 or 2 minutes. You can even eat mushroom raw. Okay. Okay, let's take this away. Because if you cook too long, it will like becomes too soft. Yeah, so I'm going to switch it off and I'm going to lift it up. Okay, I'm going to lift it up. So actually normally I will use the water here, but today the water has got a lot of bits and it doesn't look so nice, so I'm going to pour away this water. I've thrown away the water, so now we're going to make the sauce. So to make the sauce, we will need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of either oyster sauce or vegetarian sauce. Yeah, I think because I've got quite a lot of the broccoli, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons instead of 2. Yeah, 2, 3. Just nice. This is finishing. Oh, let's finish it. But it's just a guide. You can actually add more or less, up to you. And then we'll add about 100 ml of water. About 100 or maybe 100, about half cup. 100 is okay. So we just mix it up. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take the pot again. Yeah, you're going to take the pot. So we're going to take the pot and we're going to pour the oyster sauce, or rather the vegetarian sauce, you know, in here. And bring it to the boil. Okay. Just need to bring it to the boil. Okay, and in the meantime, we will mix some of the corn flour. So I would take about, let me see, 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of the corn flour. So about 1.5. And then I will add some water, maybe a few tablespoons, just to make it into a slurry. Yeah, make it into a slurry. You can't see, okay. 2, 3, yeah. 3. Let me have this. So this is already boiling, yeah. Add a bit more water. Yeah, about 3 to 4 tablespoons, and then what you do is you just thicken it, or you can actually taste it and see if you like whether you like the taste or not. Sorry. Okay, so you just thicken it with it. Okay, it's quite thick actually, but it's okay because the vegetable will exude some water, will give out some water. Okay. So I'll lower the heat. You see, so it's cooked already. The starch is cooked, so it becomes transparent. Okay. So what you do is you just pour this in here, and then you coat it. You can switch off the fire if you want, because if you don't switch out the fire, it will still continue to cook. So you see. So because of the starch that we put it in, the cauliflower florets, the head, the flower part, will absorb the sauce, and actually the starch here makes it sticky so that it can stick to the sauce, to the vegetables more than just being plain. So that's the reason why we use a lot of cornstarch in our cooking of vegetables. Okay, that's ready. So what we can do is we'll just plate up. So let's move this away. Okay, let's plate up. Right, we're going to plate up, but you can try and see whether it's salty enough or not, you know, for your liking. Maybe that's perfect. You don't want it to be too salty because we're going to put a swirl of soy sauce on top. Yeah, so this looks nice. Ooh. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a swirl of soy sauce, yeah. Okay, and some sesame oil. And then my lifesaver, that is the garlic crisp and oil. Ooh, we like to drizzle this. My gosh, it's good. If you don't want to have so much oil, you get more of the garlic crisp. And it tastes so good. Okay. And then you only need to sprinkle some pepper. I normally use white pepper. I haven't bought it yet because I've run out, and I've got white peppercorns, which is not good. Okay, so here it is. Blanched vegetable the easy way, and it takes only a few minutes to do it. Yeah. So I hope you like today's easy recipe, which you can make at home, and it's just involving some actually, blanching of the vegetables. So enjoy your dinner. I hope you like it. So please click like if you like my video, and share if you can, and also subscribe. So if you do that, I'll be very, very happy, and I'll be very motivated, and I'll do some more recipes and food related videos. So until the next time, enjoy your dinner, enjoy your cooking, stay safe. So bye now. Ciao.